Brittney Griner is being called out for what she said while playing against the Indiana Fever and Caitlyn Clark. So people are saying that Griner said trash and then effing white girl. But I just read the tweet, and the tweet told me exactly what Brittney Griner actually said. The tweet itself said she fouled out after fouling out. So it looks like she's saying trash. That's a effing whack call, which is a normal response when somebody fouls out a game. And that's why the camera was on her, because she had just fouled out. So I think this has much to do with nothing, but it brings us to a point to where we have to say, are we searching for moments to make Caitlyn Clark a victim? Because we've pretty much seen something happen in every game so far this year that people have turned into a bigger deal than what it really is. We don't have to tear down other players and other people in order to lift up Caitlyn Clark. She is great alone. She doesn't need to be this victim and this world is against her and this sport is against her, when everything, most of the stuff that we've ever seen happened in between the lines. I don't recall a player going on this vicious rant about Caitlyn Clark off the court, trashing her on a podcast. I don't recall any of that happening. I think the closest thing was right after game, Kennedy Carter said, what does she do besides shoot threes? And that's still some normal post-game interview after a heated game, heated moment stuff we see in sports. We can go to plenty of times in sports we've seen an athlete say something about another athlete skill set, something like that, and she was wrong. You know, Kennedy Carter was wrong in that. Caitlyn is far more than just shooting logo threes. But at this point, it's as if every little thing is being picked apart. The league is under a microscope to not straightening up the league or anything like that, because there was a viral video that I covered about Angel Reese and people calling her ghetto and a B and all these other things. But the microscope is, let's pick apart everybody to see if they are against Caitlyn. And I don't think people personally are against her. I think on the court, they're in competition mode, and the world is telling me this is the best player, so I need to go step on the best player's neck. And that's just sports. But everything to me doesn't have to be what this is. We're not turning somebody's words into something that it just wasn't. Because all I've seen now is comments saying she's a man. Biden shouldn't have traded the merchant of death for her. Go back to Russia. I've seen all these type of comments because she said that's a bad call. But people want to believe, they want things to be, oh, these players are racist. I see that all the time. And I'm like, what do players do? Do you guys understand what racism is? What are these players doing that would make them racist, or they hate this girl because my man on YouTube always says they hate Caitlyn Clark because she's straight, white, and doesn't fit the sexual agenda, some stuff like that. And it's just like, there's plenty of other players. There's Sabrina in the league. I believe Sabrina's married. I believe she is white. And I believe she shoots logo threes. I believe she's a great point guard. So, like, we don't have to use Caitlyn Clark as this division thing or this prop for propaganda when she's great in her own. Like, her skills speak for itself. She's superior to a lot of people, and she can stand in her greatness, and her separator between the rest being her skills and not this is race driven or this is, I mean, I seen a tweet, somebody saying that she's the most hated and the most loved athlete. And I'm so confused because where the hate thing is like so forced. And his examples were all tweets that were people complaining about the fan base, and nobody was complaining about Caitlyn. And it's just like, we continue to make her to be, the world is against her. I just seen Dave Poitner, whatever his name is, make a post. What if Caitlyn woke up? He was like, I was thinking, what if Caitlyn woke up and just said, I'm done with the WNBA. I'm starting my own league. What? Do you understand how crazy that sounds? She's not going through, first of all, she's not forced to be in the league. So if it was that bad, she would probably just leave. She'd just go to China and play. But she's not going through anything that other great players haven't gone through. Did Jordan get beat up on the court? Yes. Did Lonzo Ball get beat up on the court as a rookie because The Caitlyn Clark rookie hype, Lonzo had that too. Him and his family were everywhere. And they sold out the preseason. I remember the preseason game. Brandon, who won the jump ball? I can't remember who won the jump ball. Was it the guy on the Clippers now? He won the jump ball. Brandon Ingram got it. Lonzo came off of a curl and got the ball. He just touched the ball. The whole arena was shaking. And then he threw an alley-oop to Brandon Ingram, and it was the loudest crowd noise I've ever heard. He had that type of hype. And guess what? His first 30 seconds in the NBA, he got hip checked to the ground. Was not a basketball play. It's just, this is what happens when great people, they're going to be challenged. It's not, people forget that it's just the sport and not the person. Tell me one great player that did not go through adversities on the court. Tell me one great player that came in and was just absolutely loved these roses. And no, LeBron was hated on coming into the league before he even played one dribble by his own teammates because they was told, here comes your savior. Jordan had to go through plenty of rivalries. They had to change rules. He had to gain 30 pounds of muscle because he was getting knocked out the air. This is what happens when you want to be in this echelon of the greatest ever of what you do in sports. This is what's going to happen. I'm not the biggest baseball guy, so I don't have an example there, I'm sure. But, I mean, the best hitters don't get pitched to. And I'm sure in football, if you're the quote-unquote the next thing coming as a wide receiver and you come across the middle, you're going to feel what Ray Lewis tackle feels like. And he's going to put a little sauce on it. You know, the DB's going to check you at the line and hold you a little tighter. He's going to risk that penalty your first time just so you know this is what it feels like to go against a real DB. Like, that's just what happens in sports. And turning Caitlyn's greatness into a weapon, and they're looking for a war to constantly fight, to tear down. I'm seeing what they're doing with Paige. I just seen a picture of Paige in a dashiki because she got a quicker double-double than Caitlyn Clark did as far with assists. I seen a dashiki picture of Paige that. So we don't have to turn, like I'm saying again, I'm not Caitlyn this whole thing. I've said she's great a million times, but let's just love her for her greatness and not love her because we want to put her against other people to show her greatness. She's already great. The world knows it. She's won awards. She's everywhere. She's great she can stand on that. She doesn't have to stand on drama to prove her greatness. And not that she's doing it, but people don't have to use her as a weapon to tear down other players to prove how great she is. And we're in a weird spot where people like whoever tweeted this, and I'm seeing so many people tweet this that don't ever talk about the sport of basketball at all. It's just they hate Brittney Griner for what happened with her in the news. They don't like her, and now it's, oh my gosh, it's Caitlyn Clark she's after. She's after our the Golden Girl, the America's team, the consensus MVP as far as voting goes. She's after her. This is our girl, and this is big bad Brittney Griner that we all hate. And now all these pundits are talking about this, and it's not even nothing. She said it was a foul, bro. It's a foul. We're getting close to a very, very weird line. I think people need to just let this thing be about basketball from here out. That'd be pretty great.